everyone, this is Godzilla, and for the first time ever, I'm going to make a separate video on my Five Nights at Freddy's collection. And I'd just like to say thank you everyone who is stuck around through this year. It has its highs and lows throughout the whole year, but overall it's been a pretty decent year. Okay, let's get on with the collection video thing. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show off my small FNAF stuff, then the action figures, and then the plushies. For the first two, I just show them, then put them to the side. Okay, let's start with the Lego minifigure things. Okay, right before we get to the Lego minifigures, I would like to show off the Candy Frost Bear. I did try one of the candies that came with it, did not taste great. And also once I'm done showing off a specific group of things, I'm just going to put them all to the side. Okay, let's get on with everything else. Okay, we're going to first start off with the Lego minifigures, like I said earlier. We're going to start off with a minifigure of FNAF 1 Chica. Then we got a minifigure of Funtime Freddy. A minifigure of the FNAF 2 Endo, or Endo 2. Then we got a minifigure of Circus Baby. One of Spring Bonnie. One of Balloon Boy, one of Foxy, and one of I guess, Golden Funtime Freddy. And I actually quite like all of them. Okay, let's move on to everything else. Next up is my case of all of my little minis, like Pocket Pops, Mystery Minis, and Pint-Sized Heroes. Yeah, I just put them all in one blue container, display case. I tried to make them look neat, but they ended up just looking like this. I have too many. Okay, let's move on to the next selection of Freddy's collectibles. The next thing we have are the Funko Snaps, and like Toy Chica, Toy Freddy, and Nightmare Chica. If you happen to not know what Funko Snaps are, and they are basically like the action figures, but shrunken. I think that's how you say it. And then you're able to take them apart and put them back together, and combine them with others, like so. Like now, Toy Freddy has Toy Chica's body. Some connections are not exactly as great as others. I know from experience, which I've had all them for quite a bit of time. But overall, I think this is a very nice series of action figures. My favorite one out of the bunch is definitely Nightmare Chica, because she's very cool. Okay, to the next selection of Five Nights at Freddy's toys/figures. Yeah. Next up are the actual Five Nights at Freddy's action figures. This might be in the second longest segment of the video, so yeah. First off, we're going to start with Wave, FNAF 1 and so on and so forth. First off, we have Freddy Fazbear. Then we have Bonnie the Bunny. Let's just go skip them back. Then Chica the Chicken, Calico, Naked Today. Then Foxy the Pirate Fox. But we don't need to battle Foxy. Then we got Golden Freddy. Next up, we have is the man behind the slaughter in Springtrap / William Afton. Next up we have Funtime Foxy. Did you hear? Next up, and my personal favorite owl, my personal favorite FNAF character, Grim Foxy. I love him. He's one of my favorite FNAF and action figures, and just characters in general. Then next up, we have the Walmart exclusive Livewire Freddy. Then the System Arrow Toy Bonnie. Then High Score Toy Chica. And then Radioactive Foxy. Then Glamrock Freddy. And up next is Roxanne Wolf. And then next up is Monty. And next is Glamrock Chica. Then next up is Vane. There's a lot of it. I can't keep up with the transition stuff, so please forgive me. Then next to start the Funko original characters of House Freddy's action figures. Tie-Dye Freddy. Tie-Dye Foxy. Tie-Dye Chica. Tie-Dye Carl couldn't make it today. Then Tie-Dye Foxy. And then finally is Balloon Freddy. Yeah. And they are all of my Fonz Freddy's action figures. And as you can tell, I have quite a lot. Okay, let's move on to the final segment of the video. The Fonz Freddy's plushies. Basically what I'm going to do for the plushies is I'm just going to first do the different brands of plushies, then the Funko plushies that are in games, then the customs of plushies, then the Funko original characters of Funko plushies. Okay, let's get started with the whole thing. First, we're going to start with Hex. And I have Hex in Bonnie and Foxy, and Hex Freddy, and Hex Chica. And there's Hex Mr. Cupcake. Okay, let's move on to Sanchi. For Sanchi, I only want the plushies, but either way, it's a really good plushie. I have the Sanchi Golden Freddy, and he's a really good plush. And I can see why people prefer Sanchi over Funko, but personally, I like both of them equally. But this is a very nice quality plush. I'm just going to put it in front of the Hex in that corner. And before we move on to the Funko plushies, I'm going to do my best to go by game. So, yeah. For FNAF 1, we have Freddy, Bonnie, Foxy, and Chica. For FNAF 2, we have Withered Freddy, Withered Bonnie, Withered Chica, and Withered Foxy, and Toy Foxy. I'm just going to put it in behind and Withered Bonnie. Since I don't have any plushes from FNAF 3, I'm just going to quickly go over FNAF 4. For FNAF 4, we have Nightmare Freddy, Jacko Chica, Jacko Bonnie, and Nightmare Foxy. For FNAF 6 location, we have Circus Baby, Ennard, Funtime Foxy, and Funtime Freddy with Bon Bon. For Pizza Simulator, I have Rockstar Freddy and El Chip. For Enhanced Freddy's Help Wanted, I have Dreadbear and Grim Foxy. For Enhanced Freddy's in Special Delivery / AR, I'm still gonna put them along here because, as you're going to see, I'm gonna have a lot. Okay, let's start with Frostbite Balloon Boy. I really like this plush. Next up, we got the inverted radioactive Foxy. Fun fact, him and the other inverted Enhanced Freddy's plushes are actually the first 4 plushes that I've ever technically owned. Next up, we got the inverted and high score Toy Chica. Then inverted System Arrow Toy Bonnie. Then Blackheart Bonnie. Then Fireworks Freddy. Then Shamrock Freddy. Then inverted Toy Freddy, which is a bit damaged there. I tried to fix it, but it ended up being more clear. I haven't said anything about it until now, so there you go, new position. And then Live Wire Freddy. And finally, for the AR plushes, my favorite out of the bunch, Freddy Frostbear, or just Frostbear. I really like this guy. Next up, we have Security Bridge. And I have Vanny and Moondrop, Glamrock Chica, and Monty, Roxanne Wolf, and finally, Glamrock Freddy. Okay, let's move on to the customs. Okay, I'm gonna put the customs in this area here. Okay, let's start with my custom Withered Chica. I still really like the custom, very much. And in my potential, in my potential FNAF plush series, and she and her other custom Withered plush, and 2 more, are going to actually make appearances as actual characters. You'll have to find out when they appear. Then next up is my custom Withered Bonnie. Then my in progress Mimic. I'm trying to think of like a different head design to the Mimic. The previous one literally was falling apart at the seams, so I decided to, when I think of how to do it, remake his head, and then he'll be back to being the Mimic. I know that means stuff I couldn't resist. Okay, next up, we have Ruined Monty. This one was arguably the hardest one to make for me. And I had to cover the entire body with gray felt, and while making him, I was thinking of maybe making him have an open mouth, but it turned out that was difficult, so I ended up gluing it back together and then finishing it up. Okay. And finally, we have like my second favorite in custom plush, Ruined Roxanne. Definitely, and she definitely needed the face upgrade or head upgrade, and or so it's just like a normal Roxanne Wolf head, just without the back hair and just without the main face features. Now I really like how what I did with her when I remade her face. Okay, let's move on to the final segment of the FNAF plush segment of the video. Okay, time for the Funko original character FNAF plushes. I'm basically just going to like cover as much ground as I can over here. Okay, first we have Tie-Dye Freddy, Tie-Dye Bonnie, Tie-Dye Chica, Tie-Dye Foxy, Tie-Dye Springtrap, Balloon Freddy, I dropped it. Circus Bonnie, or as I like to call him, Jester Bonnie, Santa Freddy, Elf Bonnie, Snow Chica, and finally, Gingerbread Foxy, which is okay, that has been my Five Nights at Freddy's collection. And I love all of it. And like I now have a plushie, at least one plushie from all of the main brands that make Five Nights at Freddy's plushies, and other action figures and other knickknacks like that. Okay, I'd just like to say one more thank you for watching and all my content, whether lore heavy, which yes, my channel has lore now. Ever since like Titans of War Part 2, yes. Well, if you want like actual proper lore, like one of my past shorts, yeah. I just like to say one last thank you for what I just described there, and have a very happy New Year's Eve / day, and see you in 2024.